Good evening, all. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming at you tonight with a little kind of video here to go over one of my biggest quirks and pet peeves. Is for flying transformers. I think they certainly deserve, especially when they're already done up this nice. They deserve some actual real rolling landing gear and not some stubby stuff like Cyclonus here is an example. Outside of the crossover line, they could have went ahead and given him some nice rolling landing gear. And an example I can use from 10 years ago is this guy, Sky Shadow, from the Generations 2.0 line. He has simple little rolling landing gear right here that also retract. And to me, loving jet modes, the swooshability, I mean, this is perfect. And you know, I just don't understand why this was left out of a lot of the newer stuff today. Getting to my point, in case the most recent one, I just knocked the camera over a little bit. It goes a long way for playability. People like to take in like land stuff and like rolling on the ground. This was a beautiful example of that, what could have been, you know. I mean, but they did instead is they put this little dorky, all molded one piece, and yeah, it does retract, but that's the only one. There is no other retractable landing gear, and there should be some room there to do that, and where I'm hoping a third party will come along and knock it out for us. But I mean, come on, Hasbro, you got the design, you got this much of the Tomcat. Let's incorporate and do the movie some justice. I mean, this Top Gun movie that's coming out with this has been 30-something years in the making. I mean, so let's do the other jets. There's got to be more crossovers because Maverick's not been released yet. But before it does, hopefully we'll get to see some more of the crossover Transformers, like the F-18 Hornet. That's seen predominantly in the Maverick trailer. Hopefully get to see its day and shine better than the old Tomcat here. I mean, it's just little things like that. This is the newest one here, and this was a $64 figure. And while yes, it does retract the landing gear, as you can see right here, it doesn't roll. It's just a huge pet peeve. That this beautiful Lockheed SR-71 should have rolling landing gear. I think that's one of my complaints with Jetfire. Even though Jetfire incorporates the front landing gear there as a walking cane, he still had wheels that rolled in the movie. And this would go a long way to I don't know, just make the overall thing even better. I mean, for surely that could cause it to rise up in price a whole significant bunch. And this goes a long way for the mashups, the crossovers, and what have you. Right back there, Skylinks. Inside of this mode, he even has like a form of wheels that actually roll, like really good, guys. He rolls really good right there. And even whenever he is separated from this, I don't know if I can get this thing to do this tonight. Here we go. They still managed to make some cheapo landing gear retract down. So there's, I mean, I'd love to have seen a little like cover go over that, you know, and be a little bit covered up better. But I mean, I understand what they were doing there, and they at least still give the shuttle some landing gear. Like, this is the perfect example of some rolling landing gear. I mean, come on. We could have did this for this guy and that guy for Maverick. I mean, go back and look at the initial design there, and let's get some landing gear incorporated for these guys. This deserves to be a revision, a running revision, and give it some landing gear, as does this. I mean, and I'd love to see that on Cyclonus. I don't think it's going to happen. And you could even know the same size stuff there, and it even has, you know, a little example of, you know, it's retractable and it conceals it. I mean, That's what this guy, Sky Shadow, does. Anyway, that's just some, thoughts there. Like, if I'm gonna pay $64 and $50 and all these other big prices and or $29.99 on retail, and you go this far to make the thing really slick and awesome, let's finish the job and get the freaking landing gear on here. Like Sky Shadow. Sky Shadow back in the day was $9.99 plus tax, and him and his mold mate, it was a Thunderwing, I think it was. Not exact. It was the same thing like this, but it's painted Thunderwing colors, and they had that retractable landing gear. A little simplistic transformation. The landing gear. They had launching weapons. I mean, I know that some of the costs had to be cut and cut back, but I mean, don't shortchange these freaking awesome. I'm going to collect them if you make them figures. I mean, especially the jet modes, guys. You're not going to take an Autobot and leave it wheelless. I mean, you even did Skylink's justice there. That base rolls so good. Anyhow, thanks again for listening to my rant, and I'm hoping that somebody, Hasbro Q&A marketing, somebody there will come across this and be like, hey, he's got some good points there. I mean, do think that these deserve a little bit, a little bit more better Q&A and or the engineering needs to be just as good as this guy with that landing gear there. It retracts, it conceals it. Anyway, thanks again for subscribe to my channel if you subscribe to it. Comment below, let me know how y'all feel, or I might just, I don't know. I just think that this is important and it's worth mentioning and noting, and somebody hopefully come across the video and let's fix this stuff. I mean, that's an awesome figure. That is an awesome figure in my eyes, and the one thing I like is some working, rolling, retractable landing gear. It used to happen all the time. All right. Till all are one, guys. Y'all have an excellent night. Thanks again for watching.